Asia Center at Brown. You've been instrumental in establishing Nepal's first institutional poison information center, a 24/7 hotline providing critical guidance to healthcare providers across the country. Additionally, you founded HAPSA Nepal, a grassroots organization dedicated to strengthening health systems in rural Nepal. Your initiatives also include expanding community to you is, in this country we are so time poor. We hear everybody saying, I'm stretched thin, there's too much on our plate, and we're always running behind. But you seem to be balancing a very demanding career in the US and doing still such amazing work in Nepal. So can you shed some light on why you started this journey and why do you keep going when the going gets tough?
Okay, yes, you can hear me. Wow, thank you so much, and it's a really pleasure to be here in front of you all, and really to share this stage with. I don't really think I belong here, so it's a really esteemed panelist. So thank you so much. That's a fantastic question, and it is a struggle. I will say. I think I put the face that I'm doing it easily, but it's really hard. But to start to answer your question, how many minutes do I have, by the way, to answer the question?
You have
4 minutes. Okay, I have good enough time. So I would say that for me, instead of saying that there's one key moment, it was a slow unfolding really that happened over the years. Like you said, I grew up in Gulbi. Gulbima euta gaउँ छ आम्चौर भन्ने. So that's where I was born and raised. And from my village, to get to the nearest hospital is Tansan, Palpa. At that time, it took about 8 hours. And growing up, I had personal losses as well as losses in the community. That really triggered something. Oh my God, when somebody leaves मेरो गाउँबाट धेरै जसो फर्केर पनि नआउने, right? घाट नै सकिने गाउँ. It was really sort of at that age something felt not right. And then when I came to the US when I was 12 years old, as I was going through my education, and what I realized is disasters suck, but they are opportunities for your personal growth, for a country's growth, for a system's growth, and that's what has triggered over the years to keep me going in what I've done. So, to give you an example, I used to work in this Tamang Basti right outside of Kathmandu, Lakuri Manjang Mati, अर्को चाहिँ Gumar Chowk भन्ने Bajrayogini Mandir Mati. And I used to teach hand washing. So my whole project in 2010, 2013 was hand washing. And then the earthquake happened. Nearly 80% of houses got destroyed there. The health system got destroyed. And that really was an opportunity for me. I was a third-year medical student in Dallas. I started a small GoFundMe, and I was easily able to raise nearly $50,000, $60,000 at that time. That allowed us to start really working with the community to figure out what were the gaps before. And now, how can we use this earthquake to fix the gaps? And then you talk about the poison center, that came out of COVID-19 disaster. We started a hotline phone number that worked so well during that time. And we decided to turn that into a hotline, but you really have to know the evidence, right? You need to know that something needs to be there that was not there. The background research and then the CPR working from the Chajakot earthquake. So disasters really have been a kind of a driver of system change and my personal inspiration. Now, how do I keep this going from America back and forth? That's really tough. My wife gets really mad every time I say I'm going to go to Nepal. But she's really happy also, right? Because that's my passion. What I've learned over the years, I used to think, like, I'll move forward. But what I've realized slowly is that I need to really find the right partners. I need to find the people that share the same values within the country. We have created a team in Nepal that now, that is trusted, that we work for 10, 15 years, and I think that is really the key of delegation to making this happen. So it's still a struggle. I'm a political faculty full-time at Brown University. We have a lot of work. I work probably 2, 3 full-time jobs just to feel inside, but it's really the grassrooted passion that's letting me do this. So I think that's 4 minutes. Thank you.
Today, your story and the work you have done through SAN, the Society of American Nepalese Nurses, is nothing short of inspiring. You have walked this journey from Java, where you began your nursing education, to working in some of Nepal's most demanding environment, including Pete Hospital Neurology, and then even serving as a lieutenant nurse with Nepal Army. Then you moved to US, continued your training in your BSN and Masters in Diabetes Education from Columbia University. Years, and you currently serve as Executive Director of Himalayan Free Clinic in Virginia, managing it to provide care to uninsured individuals. Your work has brought nurses together, uplifted the whole community, and truly made a difference both here and back home. So question for you, along the line of why? With everything you have done and still doing, what's the why behind it all? What made you start this work? And more importantly, what keeps you going? I imagine it's not easy balancing your career and life with all the volunteer leadership. What's been that inner driving force for you?
Here, thanks for having me. My name is Manju Sangrola. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to share my work. So I grew up in Java school zone, Gauradaha. So my dad was a social worker who helped establish a school. So I saw my buaki helping others stay part of life. भनेर अनि मैले चाहिँ सानैदेखि अरूलाई हेल्प गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ आफू खुसी हुने कुरो चाहिँ मैले आई लर्न फ्रम बुवा मेरो ड्याड है ही इज माई हिरो अनि अब स्याडली आई लस्ट हिम व्हेन ही वाज 55 years old फ्रम हार्ट एट्याक अनि त्यहाँ पछाडि चाहिँ मलाई एकदमै झन् यो हेल्प गर्नु कसैले गर भनेर भनेको कुरा होइन हैन दिस इज माई प्यासन सो आफ्टर माई नर्सिङ आई मुभ टु Pete Hospital and almost every day मैले चाहिँ मेरो गाउँबाट आउनु भएको मान्छेहरूलाई ओपिडीमा लगेर देखाउने अनि उहाँहरूलाई चाहिँ मेरो रेसिडेन्समा लगेर राख्ने अनि त्यहाँबाट मलाई अब धेरै त्यसले चाहिँ मलाई मोटिभेसन गर्यो सो मेरो सर्भिस अरूलाई हेल्प गर्ने चाहिँ टर्न इन्टु प्यासन अनि त्यस्तै मेरो हस्बेन्ड पनि एकदमै इज भेरी सपोर्टिभ सो हामी यहाँ वी मुभ टु युएसए 97 डिपेन्डेन्ट भएर आएँ र सो 2007 देखि चाहिँ मैले कन्टिन्युअसली कम्युनिटीलाई सहयोग गरिरहेको छु र हाम्रो फ्यामिलीकै मेरो दुईटा छोरी मेरो हस्बेन्ड र मेरो ज्वाइँ हामी सबैजना हेल्प गर्नलाई चाहिँ हामी जहाँ रुचाउँछौँ मेरो ज्वाइँ अधिक र मैले एकजना सिनियर नेपाली नर्ससँग भेटेँ उहाँले चाहिँ सी वाज स्ट्रगलिङ क्वेसनमा केही च्यालेन्ज कसरी ब्यालेन्स यो कसैले तिमी गर भनेर प्रेसर नगरेको हुनाले आई इन्जोय अनि यसले मलाई एकदमै रिवार्डिङ फिल हुन्छ विदाउट डुइङ समथिङ मलाई चाहिँ आइ नट डुइङ राइट आई हेभ टु डु समथिङ भन्ने हुन्छ इट कम्स फ्रम माई हार्ट थ्याङ्क यू भेरी मच
Thank you so much. The next question is for Dr. Mangal Rao. Mangalji, we're truly honored to have you here. Your story is one that really speaks to the heart of what it means to lead with purpose. Born and raised in Bumla, one of the most remote districts in Nepal, you not only became an orthopedic surgeon but also went on to serve as the youngest vice chancellor in Nepal's history, leading the Karnali Academy of Health Sciences in Jumla. Under your leadership, Karnali Academy didn't just stay an idea on paper. You launched undergraduate and postgraduate medical education programs in a place where access to healthcare and education is one of the biggest challenges. During the COVID-19 pandemic, you stood right at the front lines and your service earned you the President's Medal. Even now, you're continuing your work as an associate professor at KHS and staying focused on rural health equity, mountain medicine, and traditional knowledge. You've lived the system and you've tried to change it from the inside out. So the question to you, Dr. Rao, is given all that you've done and the difficult terrain that you've worked through, I'd love to ask what first moved you to take this path? What made you commit to healthcare leadership in one of Nepal's most challenging regions? And what has kept you going, even when the system may have made it easier to just give up?
Thank you so much, Dr. Pujara, for your such a generous introduction and for your thoughtful questions. My journey into medical leadership was not planned as a textbook way, bookish way. I have a history. I was born in Brazil, where I saw illness more often than treatment, and where walking for 3 to 4 days just to reach to a primary health care center was considered normal. That reality, more than anything, shaped my sense of purpose. मलाई लाग्छ म मेडिकल स्कुलमा जाँदा एउटा डिजिज ट्रिट गर्ने फिजिसियन अर अर्थोपेडिक सर्जन मात्र होइन जस्तो लाग्छ बिकज म नेग्लेक्टेड कम्युनिटी जो सिस्टमभन्दा बाहिर रहेको कम्युनिटीलाई रिप्रेजेन्ट गर्छु जस्तो लाग्छ र त्यो कम्युनिटीको लागि काम गर्न पनि म एम नट वान फिजिसियन जस्तो फिल हुन्छ मलाई अनि म मास्टर्स गरेँ एमडी गरिसकेपछि नेपाल गभर्मेन्टको जबमा थिएँ म आई रिजाइन द्याट जब बिकज त्यहाँबाट प्रणाली स्वास्थ्य विज्ञान प्रतिष्ठान पोस्टिङ भएन नभएपछि आई रिजाइन एन्ड आई जोइन प्रणाली मेडिकल साइन्सेस 10 years back and I work as an orthopedic surgeon for 6 years and then I got responsibility as a vice chancellor for Pranali Medical Sciences. त्यहाँ मलाई कस्तो लाग्छ भने मेरो लाइफको फिलोसफी नै हामी केही चेन्जेस केही परिवर्तन आफै हुन्छ भनेर कुर्नुभन्दा कुर्यौँ भने धेरै ढिलो भइसक्छ मलाई लाग्छ लाइफमा हामी कुर्नुपर्छ त्यो नकुरेर परिवर्तनको भाग आफै हुनुपर्छ सोचेर मैले नै मेडिकल एजुकेसन स्टार्ट गरेँ प्रणाली एकाडेमी अफ हेल्थ साइन्सेसमा एकछिन हामीले अहिले 5th ब्याच एमबिबिएस इन्रोल गऱ्यौँ र इट वाज भेरी डिफिकल्ट टु रिटेन इभन अ मेडिकल अफिसर इन डिस्ट्रिक्ट सेट अफ there in Upper Karnali, if you talk about हाम्रो condition 10 years back, Oily, we have more than 100 faculties working there in Karnali Medical Sciences. We have started more than 17 medical, pharmacy, public health, and nursing courses there in Karnali Medical Sciences. के लाग्छ भने अब के कुराले पुष्ट गर्छ भने क्वेसन सोध्नुको मलाई लाग्छ मेरो इमोसन कनेक्टेड टु कर्णाली कम्युनिटी यसले नै काम गर्छ जस्तो लाग्छ एउटा अर्को एकजना विनो स्टुडेन्ट फ्रम जुम्ला कालीकोट जुम्ला मुगु becomes a doctor from Karnali Medical Sciences, and when a mother doesn't have to work 3 or 4 days for a delivery, that's the real change. यो कुराले मलाई एकदमै इन्स्पायर गरेर I think I will be serving that area lifelong. I will be there in Karnali. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Manoj. Now we're going to move from why to what. Okay, so this will go to our panelists, Anil and Karki. So I will introduce you first. Dr. Karki, thank you so much for being here. As the president of Nepal Medical Association and senior head and neck surgeon at BP Koirala Memorial Cancer Hospital, you have been leading the both front lines of care and policy front. One of the landmark moments of real leadership was Health Conclave in December 2024. That gathering brought together government leaders, professional organizations, and members of global Nepali medical community to explore how we can work together to improve more efficiently. You have also championed issues that matter deeply to profession: fair working conditions, strengthening medical education, and institutional reform, while reminding us that true progress comes from coordination, not just for individual effort. Question for you: reflecting on that December health conflict, what stood out most to you as a key takeaways or successful framework that we can build on? What is the bold vision you see for how the diaspora and institutions like ANMF can collaborate in the years ahead? And what kind of structure or commitment do you think are needed to actually realize that vision?
Thank you, Dr. Aaron. First of all, thank you for the generous introduction. What is this concept with you? When we came to office, we and we said, either diaspora like Chile, but what the present health ministry gave up and lawyer that's a diaspora house. This was positive take home say, immediately diaspora is interested to contribute and they are confused. As a स्थितिमा मन्त्रालयमा एउटा फोकल पर्सन छ जसले चाहिँ डायस्पोरालाई कनेक्ट गर्न सक्छ। यद्यपि हामीले कति घरभित्रबाट खोज्यौँ कति घर बाहिरबाट खोज्यौँ दोस्रो प्रश्न र दोस्रो कुरा अहिले के कन्फ्लिक्टले सेन्सिटाइज गरिरहेछ र हामीले यसलाई कसरी म्याटरलाइज गर्नुपर्छ जस्तो मलाई लाग्छ। डायस्पोरामा जुन एउटा नेपालमा केही छैन भन्ने भाष्य थियो त्यसलाई चिन्न हामी सकेका छौँ। हामी जो नेपालको हेल्थ सिस्टममा भनौँ 50औं वर्षदेखि बस्छौँ त्यसको गुण पनि हाम्रो दोष पनि हाम्रो। यद्यपि जो बाहिर आउनु भएको छ उहाँहरूले आफ्नो अनुभव ज्ञान सिप धन सबै प्रयोग गर्दाखेरि अझ सुधार ल्याउन सकिन्छ। हामीले केही नपाएको भन्ने भाष्यबाट हामीले पनि निस्किनु पर्यो र दोस्रो यसले के पनि गऱ्यो भने नेपालको हेल्थ सिस्टम कस्तो चाहियो भने चाहिँ नेपालले इलेक्ट्रिसिटी पनि गर्नुपर्छ। जस्तो बिहान हाम्रो कोइराला सरको एउटा प्रेजेन्टेसनमा जुन आयो वी आर शिफ्टिङ टु एनसिएस सो द्याट इज वान मेजर फ्रेमवर्क। र अर्को बहस अहिले नेपालमा आएको भने रिसर्च र एकाडेमिक्समा डायस्पोरालाई कसरी इन्भल्भ गर्ने र केही पोजिटिभ चेन्जेसहरू के आयो त्यसपछि अन्त्यपछि भन्दाखेरि एकाडेमिक्समा लेट्स लिभ द्याट टु द एकाडेमी। तपाईँ प्रोफेसर हुनुहुन्छ तपाईँ कुनै युनिभर्सिटीको प्रोफेसर हुनुहुन्छ भने प्रब्लम छैन। तपाईँ कर्णालीमा भरि काम गर्न चाहनुहुन्छ त्यहाँ कर्णालीको एकाडेमियाले तपाईँलाई यसरी प्रश्न प्रब्लम छैन। लाइसेन्सिङको इस्यु मैले अघि प्रेजेन्टेसन दिएँ। अब अहिले हामीले मन्त्रालयसँग 3टा चिजमा चाहिँ काम गरिरहेका छौँ। इट इज इन द स्लो पेस एउटा हामीले चाहिँ रिसर्चको मन्त्रालयभित्र नट हेल्थ रिसर्च काउन्सिल होइन किनभने काउन्सिलले चाहिँ मोनिटर गर्ने हो एउटा रिसर्चको इन्डिपेन्डेन्ट बेस गर्नुहोस् जसले ग्लोबल रिसर्चलाई नेपालसँग पनि कनेक्ट गर्न सकोस्। इन्स्टिट्युटमा इन्डिपेन्डेन्टली डिफ्रेन्ट इन्स्टिट्युटहरूमा भइरहेको छ, जस्तो मेरोमा होला, मेडिकलमा होला, उसमा होला, तर एउटा कमन फ्रेमवर्क रिसर्चमा आउनुपर्छ भन्थ्यो। दोस्रो चाहिँ हामीले अहिले एकदमै फेस गरिरहेको इस्यु भने इक्विभ्यालेन्स। यसलाई कसरी चाहिँ कनेक्ट गर्न सकिन्छ? यो एकदमै पेचिलो विषय कहाँ छ भने सबै देशमा पनि समान छैन, एउटै देशभित्र पनि समान छैन र त्यसलाई अब हामीले चाहिँ नेपाली उसमा चाहिँ गर्नुपर्छ। यसमा हामीले अहिले मन्त्रालय के भन्छ एउटा इन्टरनेसनल एकाडेमिया चाहिँ हेल्थको प्र्याक्टिस गर्नुपर्छ र सबभन्दा अहिले यो हेल्थ पल्टिएपछि घरभित्र चाहिँ के हो भने यति धेरै काम इन्टरनेट गर्दाखेरि आई थिङ्क द फ्युचर लिडरसिप बोथ इन होम एन्ड आउट सुड वर्क ह्यान्ड इन ह्यान्ड। हामीले एउटा पोजिटिभ एस्पिरेसन लिएर गयो भने यहाँको सिप ज्ञान सबै लिएर जान सक्छौँ। अब हामी त्यही सीमित रह्यो भने सक्दैनौँ। थ्याङ्क यू।
Thank you so much. My next question is to Preeti Adhikari. Preeti, it's such a pleasure having you here. You hold an MBA from the University of British Columbia and Master of Advanced Management from Yale. And you previously served as VP of Marketing and Operations at Fuse Machines, a leading AI company. You've been a powerful force in creating platforms that connect and empower the Nepali diaspora. Through the Great Nepali Diaspora, TGND, you've brought together over 2,000 professionals across 50+ chapters globally, building a space for mentorship, collaboration, and real-world impact. You've shown us what it means to turn diaspora energy into action. And with Momo VC, you've gone one step further, mobilizing capital to back underrepresented founders and showing that investing can be inclusive and global. Your work bridges community building, systems thinking, and it offers a bold new template for what diaspora engagement could look like across borders, across sectors, including healthcare, education, entrepreneurship. So Preeti, as we think about what we're trying to build, what do you believe is the bold, achievable vision for diaspora impact? And based on your experience with TGND and Momo VC, what models of collaboration have worked? And is there a role for TGND to play a key role in improving healthcare in Nepal by providing the necessary links that is required as part of a coordinated team that can bring sustainable change?
Namaste sabaijanalai. Thank you for this opportunity. I strongly believe in two things that are going to sound a little controversial. Number one, healthcare isn't a problem just to be solved by medical professionals. Your room body medical professionals ko room ma basera, it sounds really, really controversial, but let me explain. Right? I think this is the core team to solve a lot of problems in Nepal and beyond. There's a lot of opportunity or potential when there's cross-pollination of ideas. So cross-pollination of ideas across different diverse groups, different industries is, I think, what is needed for the next leap. One of the reasons I started the Great Nepali Diaspora isn't because we needed one more Nepali organization. We have tons of those doing incredible work. But what I felt a need for was, there is this big fragmentation between different locations, different industries, different ethnicities in some cases. And there's a need for the professional diaspora to come together, irrespective of our careers, of our professional backgrounds, and even how we look. So that's been, a big goal for me. Number two is, I think there's a need for us to revisit the funding models to do a lot of these projects in Nepal, right? Traditionally, we've focused a lot on grants and donations, which is great. But looking at the recent USA things and even other government funding and so on, I think there's a need for us to take a step back and reflect in terms of what's needed. One of the big reasons myself and my general partner for the fund, Sajanji, we started Momo VC is there's a need for us to say, okay, does there need to be maybe a for-profit entity, a for-profit way of looking at how we do things, and maybe also in terms of, one is a for-profit sort of way of not just depending fully on donations, but also really looking at being data-driven, right? I think we do a really good job in terms of, when disasters strike, all of us scramble, a lot of, donate, we fund these projects, we do, a lot of go back to Nepal, do this incredible work. But I think it's time a lot of us take a step back and, look at the data behind the work that's been done and not just depend on emotions. So, those are the two things. Thank you.
So the next will continue on what, and this goes to Dr. Sachin Maske. Dr. Sachin Maske is a distinguished physician and global advocate for lifestyle-based approaches to prevent and reverse chronic diseases, aiming to replace reliance on pharmaceuticals. Beyond medicine, he is a renowned real estate investor, author, philanthropist, and visionary leader. He is a founder of Avatar Equity and hosts a Dream Big, Think Different podcast. You are a founder of Dana Yoga Foundation. After the first name of your parents, Dana and Yogaraj means wealth and prosperity. Wealth and prosperity for all through improved health and education in underserved communities around the world. Dana Yoga Foundation's impact spans from providing cataract surgeries and diabetes care in rural Nepal to funding a scholarship and training future healthcare leaders. Rooted in both purpose and performance, he strives to live a life of meaningful impact, balancing entrepreneurial ventures with deep commitment to the family and community. His bold mission is to inspire and empower billions of lives globally, not only Nepal. So such a question for you. What is your vision for what impact can look like when bring together heart, capital, and community? What has worked well in your journey through the Dana Yoga Foundation, and what models or structure do you think the rest of us can learn from it if we want to make our work in Nepal more sustainable and meaningful?
Hello. Namaste. Thank you so much, Dr. Nepani, for the kind introduction. I'm truly honored to be here today in front of everybody here, distinguished guests, and amazing panel. Ramu is our neighbor, actually. We live together 30 minutes away. When I first met him, I like what Ramu was doing, and we got connected, and we know a lot of people here together. For myself, the question is, what is the vision, right? And what I have learned, and I want to share, everybody. So, born and raised in Dharan, eastern part of Nepal. Went to India for 2 years, came back to Nepal in Manipal, College of Medical Science, and landed in this beautiful country, United States of America. We all came with $2,000 in our pocket, most of us here. And it was not an easy journey, but life is about journeys, not destination. We all have purpose in our life, and together we can solve anything in the world. So I always believe in dreaming big and just go towards your goal. Basically, I just calculated a few minutes ago, we have 30,000 days in our life. 30,000. We don't see that in days. I have already spent 14,000 days in my life. So I have only like 40,000. If I live to 80 years old, we have 46 right now. 14,000 days. But every minute, every day, every second counts. And to me, again, the vision of Dana Yoga Foundation, again, I want to briefly talk about what is Dana Yoga Foundation. Dana is my mom first name, which means wealth. Yoga is my dad first name, which means prosperity. Wealth and prosperity for everyone, no matter who you are, where you come from. We need to help people. And then, by doing two things in life, the true wealth to me is not money, not fame, not degree. It's health and education, by improving health and education. That's our mission, wealth and prosperity for everyone, by improving health and education in underserved area of the world, not only in Nepal. But Nepal is where the country I was born and raised, and that's the reason that we are working towards to build a chain of diabetes center in the world, one-stop diabetes center, and hopefully impact billions of lives in the next 10 to 20 years. And hopefully together we can achieve this. And I'm also a founder of Avatar Equity, which was mentioned before. It's a private equity real estate firm. We are doing some project in Florida. Right now we're doing 150 townhomes. And my mission in life is to give back whatever I do. And the thing we have worked in our organization, I want to get back to the question, is I guess we're doing small things right now in Nepal, which is impacting we have 3 programs: Cure Diabetes, Cure Blindness, and Scholarship. We have done some community programs, and what really worked was a Cure Blindness, where less than $50, listen to this, less than $50 and 15 minutes, you can have somebody see the world. That's amazing. That's amazing impact. So we spent money yesterday, I don't know, more than $200 in trains or whatever. But with that small amount, but in this, room, we have more than 300 doctors. If everybody contributes, I don't know, 100, 200, 500, we can, I don't know what's the goal for raising the money, but funding is important. We talk about capital, right? Everything, we talk about good things, but we need a funding. So definitely, I would appreciate if everyone contributes something to the organization to better impact. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Sachinji. I want to know, without knowing what your age is, 30,000 days, how that translates. I was trying to calculate what the number of years you're planning to live. You'll have to disclose that at some point. You're planning to live. We can talk about that offsite, I think. Okay, all right. That's where I was stuck. So my next question is for Benita Adhikari. Benita Adhikari, RN and Master of Science in Public Health. Benita ji, it's a pleasure to have you here with us today. Your journey from clinical nursing in Nepal to global public health leadership is truly inspiring. After earning your Bachelor of Science in Nursing, you pursued a Master of Science in Public Health at the Johns Hopkins Bloomberg School of Public Health, where you focused on health system strengthening and mental health. As a research associate at Johns Hopkins, you worked on public health research and policy implementation across diverse global settings, including India, Liberia, Zambia, and Kenya. Your work encompasses developing national workforce strategy and training programs, evaluating large-scale health projects, and strengthening governance of public health institutions. From 2020 to 2023, you served as Executive Director of Health Foundation Nepal, where you helped build institutional partnerships, expand public health programming, and lead mental health initiatives across Nepal. Under your leadership, Health Foundation Nepal played an instrumental role in ensuring availability of COVID-19 related service, including telemedicine and antigen testing. You're also a co-founder of Nepal Institute of Mental Health, an organization dedicated to elevating mental health as an integral part of public health in Nepal. So my question is, drawing from your extensive experience in both global and local contexts, what models have you found effective in truly serving communities, not just delivering services, but empowering local systems? What's your vision of how the diaspora, especially nurses and public health professionals, can strengthen healthcare in Nepal?
Namaste. Good afternoon, everybody. Yes. Thank you so much for this opportunity to speak in this esteemed panel and be amongst all these wonderful professionals here. So before I answer this question, I'm sure everybody here knows the impact of this new US government administration has had in the public health sector. And I think for us, हामी जस्तो नेपाल जस्तो विकासोन्मुख देश that relies a lot on development aid, the impact of this is really dire. US has withdrawn its membership from WHO. US has reduced its financial support to global health organization like Gavi that ensures vaccine in low and middle income country like Nepal. नेपालको childhood vaccination हेर्नुहुन्छ भने धेरै जसो सबै जसो गाडीले दिएर मात्रै इन्स्योर हुन्छ. Now, if you reflect on that, now the impact of what's going on in public health sector is really, really dire. Now, diaspora ko bhumika ke ta yo sabaima. We certainly cannot replenish the vaccines or antiretroviral medication that the US government was, supporting. But I think we, as professionals who has had the privilege of working on the best resources and best institution, I think we have a lot to give back. And this opportunity is more now than 2011, because those kind of technical support which was supplied through this global health institution or development aid has now shrunk very drastically. So as a public health professional, I think our greatest value, and Dr. Karti has already spoken to that, is to transfer our skill and knowledge in that we have gained after working in all these global institutions to empower and capacitate Nepali health system. Now, we can go on and on about the ideas about what that would be. It could be in a number of ways, but I think there are certain principles as a diaspora that we should apply in terms of supporting, Nepali healthcare system. And there are a couple of principles that I want to point out. So I think the first thing that we really need to ensure in doing all of this is to really shift away from short-term health camp type approach in terms of global health support, in terms of Nepali health system support. I don't think the greatest impact really comes from those kind of short-term approaches. Granted, myself, I've worked on disaster work, Nepalma earthquake हुँदाखेरि अथवा COVID हुँदाखेरि हाम्रो काम एकदम short-term थियो. तर I think more and more, what's really important is we need to really work with systemic issues, and I think there's opportunity. And Dr. Kaki already said that, working with curriculum design, for example, with academic institutions, building that research capacity, transferring that skills, is really an opportunity for us to do so. So that is one point. The second point I would say is we should also really think about working within public institutions. मन्त्रालयसित काम गर्न गाह्रो होला, सरकारी अस्पतालसित काम गर्न गाह्रो होला, because the bureaucracy obviously slows a lot of things. But it doesn't mean that we should take a shortcut. I think there's a lot of value in working with public institutions, and those institutions are there to stay. So when we approach as a diaspora member, I think we should really try to work with public institutions as much as possible. And third thing I would say is, as diaspora representative, I think it's important for us to have a lot of humility. We are the privileged one who got to get out of the system and work and enjoy this kind of resource-food environment. Now, Nepal जाँदैमा, it would be a bit naive to think that it would be red carpet welcoming us and us dictating what is important. I think with the humility, we can sit down with the people who work within that system and understand what the issues are. And त्यसपछि त्यो प्रायोरिटी के हो भने थाहा पाएपछि ल मैले भ्यालु एड कहाँनिर गर्न सक्छु, मेरो इन्स्टिट्युसनले कहाँनिर चाहिँ भ्यालु एड गर्न सक्छ त भन्ने कुरा आइडेन्टिफाई गरेर and then we should perhaps, I think there are a couple of these ways that we can really contribute back to our system. Thank you.
Thank you, Vinita. Now we'll move to how, and I'm going to ask a question to Dr. Sayendra Sharma. Dr. Sharma is nephrologist and clinical associate professor of medicine at University of Michigan Health Sparrow. Your work has shed light on health challenges faced by Nepali migrant workers, big problem now, particularly those returning with chronic kidney disease linked to extreme heat and labor condition abroad. Through GER, you have been at forefront of advocating for these workers, not just by highlighting the systemic issues in both home and host countries, but by focusing on empowering the workers themselves. One of the GER's flagship initiative is Afai Nai campaign, a grassroots movement that collaborates with organizations like La Isla Network and Nepal Development Society. This campaign shifts the narrative by recognizing migrant workers as heroes, emphasizing their agency and equipping them with tools to advocate for their rights and well-being. So my question to you, could you share how your organization is taking action focusing on hero, the worker, to help bridge the gaps between policy shortcomings at home and protection abroad? And what is needed from diaspora to support and amplify the voices of migrant workers?
Thank you for the wonderful introduction. It's a true honor to be here, to be sharing the forum with such esteemed speakers and this audience. So it's not my forte, but I've been working in the space of disproportionately high prevalence of kidney disease among the migrant workers. Going to the for the past 2 years, I've been talking about how big a problem it is. It was very pessimistic and a very dark view because that's what we needed to hear. That's what got people's attention. So, third year here in this forum, I'm going to be talking about from a samasya-mukhi talk about samadhan. So we're going to start looking more towards how can we be a part of the solution. So what we identified in that the migration journey was there were several areas where we could be doing things different, starting from 3H: home, host countries, and human heroes who you offer. And one thing that time and again just was staring at us is that, this is an absolute preventative disease. It has, and we started looking around other organizations, other parts of the world, people have gone through a similar process, and people have shown with data that this is a preventative disease. But how do we approach this? Right? We're talking about an industry that supports 35% of gross GDP of Nepal. We're talking about 50,000 people leaving the country every single month. We're talking about backbone of the economy. We're talking about very powerful people. So what we started doing after doing some characterization work, scientific work, and basically showing that this is a problem. This is not a narrative. This is not Western media hype. It is an issue. I would like to share that some data that we have shows every third person who gets a maintenance dialysis for survival in Nepal is a young returning migrant worker. Several centers, year after year, so that's data. But I want to focus more on the hero side of things. So hero is, we started this campaign, it's not associated with one organization, I'll call for engagement from all of you. But hero, and we call that Afai Nai. You are your own hero in this journey. Simple messaging. Right now what we're working on is simple messaging saying, hey, this is a preventable disease. You can be your own hero. And focusing on simple messaging such as it is important to have hydration, it's important to have sanitation, rest, work cycle, and self-care. So through this campaign, we are in the phase of developing content creation, massive dissemination. One other thing that kind of came out was the pre-migration journey starts not when they come to Kathmandu to apply for visa or to work with the manpower agency, it starts when you are in school. One of my colleagues was sharing that when you go to schools in Nepal and when you talk to these young people in middle school and high school, hey, what do you want to do? Back in the days, I want to be a pilot, I want to be a lawyer. Now I want to go to Qatar, I want to go to Dubai, I want to go to Malaysia. So that's where the intervention needs to happen. So with that in mind, we are in the process of creating a curriculum that highlights the importance of self-care, non-communicating disease, and every time I like to use climate change, global warming, and we're trying to incorporate that into high school curriculum base. What I ask is, I ask for engagement from the diaspora. There are several ways you can give. You can give time, you can give talent. Treasure is always welcome. But what I really ask is engagement. Please, we are around. Some of us who work in this same solution project, Dinesh is here, Ujjai is here. So please reach out and let us know how you can help. Thank you.
Thank you, Shalindra. That was a really great overview of the vast migrant worker situation. My next panelist who I'll be asking questions to is Dr. Keisha Paudel. Dr. Paudel, it's an honor to have you here. You've worn many hats over the years as a physician, as a diaspora leader, and as a bridge builder between Nepal and the global Nepali community. As the current Vice President of NRNA and a busy physician practicing in New Mexico, you consistently work for the betterment of people you serve. During the COVID-19 pandemic, you helped mobilize critical medical supplies and coordinated efforts across borders at a time when Nepal needed it the most. Your leadership in NRNA, serving as former president of NRNA USA and now as ICC Vice President, has helped turn goodwill into action and connection into collaboration. So my question is this: in your view, what are the key areas within Nepal's healthcare system that would benefit most from diaspora engagement? And do you see NRNA playing a key coordinating role in turning this engagement into sustainable long-term partnerships between diaspora professionals and healthcare institutions in Nepal?
Hello. Thank you, Dr. Serjan, for your kind introduction. First thing, I'm currently in North Carolina. Thank you. And it's truly an honor and privilege to be here in front of all of you. And here we are discussing so many things, and I see everyone has talent, and I'm proud of all of you. And I also like to thank ANMF for organizing this opportunity for us to share our views. Thank you. So, हाम्रो अब धेरै पहिला बोल्ने साथीहरूले भनिसक्नु भएको छ धेरै कुराहरू, तर मैले एनआरएनएको र ग्लोबल नेपाली डायस्पोराको बारेमा कुराहरू गर्दाखेरि हामीले सबभन्दा ठुलो कुरा मैले के भन्न चाहन्छु भने we have a lot of commitment, we have shared commitment, shared responsibilities, but this is the time for us to change that into collective actions. NRNA and global diaspora, we all are NRNA. नेपालबाट आएपछि नेपालको संविधानले विदेशमा बस्ने नेपालीहरू जो चाहिँ 2 वर्षभन्दा बढी नेपाल बाहिर बस्नु भएको छ 7 मुलुकभन्दा बाहिर, ती सबै एनआरएनए. Whether we take membership or not, we all diaspora are NRNA, and we have been working diligently. Everyone has been contributing for Nepal. But also Nepal has a lot of qualified healthcare manpower. And we came from there. And I am proud of Nepal's health education that was there then and now. So only thing lacking I see is exposure to the best global practices, medical practices. We have to give education. If we can share our knowledge and skills to our Nepalese doctors, Nepalese healthcare workers, Nepalese community, that would be one of the things. And we had one health conclave. Dr. Amin already mentioned about it. And I was one of them. Dr. Prakash Thapalia is here, and I want to honor him too. We took a responsibility, and it was a very good initiative. We had to organize such kind of brainstorming sessions and find out what works best for our health system in Nepal. सबैजनाले जो हाम्रो जुन एक्सपिरियन्स छ त्यो सेयर गरेर देयर शुड बी अ प्लेस टु पुट इन्टु एक्सन. स्वास्थ्य मन्त्रालयमा, नेपालको मेडिकल काउन्सिलमा, रिसर्च काउन्सिलमा यी सबै ठाउँको प्रतिनिधिहरू राखेर देयर शुड बी वान प्लेस इन मिनिस्ट्री अफ हेल्थ टु कोलाबोरेट विथ अल द हेल्थ केयर प्रोभाइडर्स आउटसाइड द नेपाल. त्यो गर्न सकियो भने यसले चाहिँ एउटा फ्रुटफुल आउटकम दिन सक्छ भन्ने मलाई लाग्छ. अब यो छोटो समयमा धेरै कुराहरू गर्न सकिन्न. मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेन्ट थिङ इज टर्निङ आवर कलेक्टिभ कमिटमेन्ट इन्टु एक्सन, मिनिङफुल एक्सन. द्याट्स द मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेन्ट थिङ. वी अल हेभ नलेज, तर कसरी त्यसलाई चाहिँ कमिटमेन्टमा चेन्ज गर्ने, कन्भर्ट गर्ने भन्ने कुरा चाहिँ आजको एकदमै महत्त्वपूर्ण कुरा हो. ANMF जस्तो अर्गनाइजेसन, NRNA जस्तो अर्गनाइजेसन, अरू ग्लोबल हेल्थ केयर अर्गनाइजेसनहरू, थुप्रै अर्गनाइजेसन, हेल्थ फाउन्डेसनहरू, थुप्रै अर्गनाइजेसनहरूले काम गरिरहेका छन्. तिनीहरूको चाहिँ सबैको एक्सन चाहिँ कलेक्टिभ एक्सन बनाएर यसलाई चाहिँ एउटा नेपालसँग कोअर्डिनेट गर्ने एउटा फिक्स्ड एरिया भयो भने इट विल बी हेल्पफुल र फ्रुटफुल हुन्छ भन्ने मलाई चाहिँ लागेको छ. थ्याङ्क यू.
Hello. Thank you so much. My next question is to Dr. Truda Khanna, President of Pulmonary Hypertension Association of Nepal. Dr. Truda, your journey is a remarkable blend of science and service. As a physicist and postdoc researcher at Florida International University, you're working on some of the most advanced technologies in diagnostics, magnetoelectric nanoparticles, fiber optic sensors. But even while pursuing a dynamic research career, you've stayed rooted in community health. Since 2016, you've served as the President of Pulmonary Hypertension Association of Nepal, leading grassroots initiatives to raise awareness and improve diagnosis and care for pulmonary hypertension, especially in underserved communities. You've organized screening camps, public education drives, and community-based outreach, and all while staying deeply connected to your academic and scientific work. With your academic background spanning both Nepal and the US and experience at the intersection of research, education, and nonprofit leadership, you bring a unique voice to this conversation, one that speaks to the potential of the diaspora to innovate and serve at the same time. Dr. Khanna, you represent a powerful model how the scientific diaspora can stay engaged in advancing healthcare in Nepal through both research and grassroots action. In your experience, how can diaspora professionals working in research, engineering, and specialized fields contribute meaningfully to healthcare in Nepal? What systems or strategies can help make this contribution more coordinated? And how do we ensure that efforts like yours aren't left disconnected from national health priorities?
Hello. Thank you, once again. And I'm truly honored once again to be a part of this conversation and ANMF as a whole. I don't know where to start, to be honest. And most of the question was so long, and I don't know if I can cover everything in this few minutes. And by the way, most of them are already covered by the distinguished guest here and the panelists. being, by the way, I'm not a medical professional. I have no clue about medicine, to be honest. Medicine was probably one of my latest subjects when I was in my childhood. And I was more like a mathematics, physics guy, and my भन्नुभयो भने म चाहिँ नामको मात्रै डाक्टर है नामको अगाडि चाहिँ डाक्टर लेख्छ नि तर म डाक्टर चाहिँ होइन so I've been doing most of the work in electrical engineering, physics, most of them. But what happened is I had this condition called pulmonary arterial hypertension, which most of you are aware of. I still, what I can say is this is probably even doctorहरूलाई पनि कसैलाई चाहिँ थाहा नहुन सक्छ कि थाहा हुन सक्छ भन्दाखेरि it came to my mind that one of the MBBS doctor from Nepal, she was going up in the Swayambhunath and suddenly felt a shoulder pain and went to see the cardiologist, and they both were husband and both were doctors, and she found that she had pulmonary arterial hypertension, pulmonary fibrosis or something. And she thought, and then she Googled somewhere, found my name and called me somewhere, somehow, and then she said, you pulmonary hypertension रोग त पढ्नुले कहाँ कता कुनाले यसो पढेको थिएँ तर मलाई आफूलाई भएपछि now I'm aware that the साँच्चै नै serious is. So going back to, well, come to your question, I know I'm digressing a bit, but the whole idea here is, again, I'm not a medical professional, so one of the topic what I did was doing reversibility testing, or anyway, the pulmonary arterial PS and small muscle cells, like an engineering point of view. All those things, model, and that also, what energized me was when I was diagnosed in 2010 with this disease, and doctors said, you have about 3 years to live, and I'm like, what? And more so, and I was down few moments, of course, almost a year, so something else. But that led me, to find what I can do. This is not only me. There are some other people also. Most of them are upper middle class family मान्छेहरू हो त्यसो पैसै नभएको मान्छे पनि होइन तर most of मान्छे त यसरी misdiagnosed हुन्छ diagnosed हुन सक्दैन भने there are a lot of children dying there, and I'm glad that Dr. Bhavan Koirala, he was also doing some major work in this field. So now, as a science, as a researcher, especially जुन हामीले अलिकति इन्टिग्रेटेड साइन्स हो यहाँ त सबै एकअर्कामा रिलेटेड छ मेडिकल डायग्नोस्टिक टुलहरू जति पनि युज गरिन्छ हामी सबै इन्जिनियरले बनाउने विशेषज्ञले बनाउने मैले डाक्टर त्यसमा छुइनँ भने पनि के भयो र somehow I can contribute, right? So we have a lot of brain, actually Nepalमा पनि we have a lot of brain there. We need to just coordinate between them and then use their brain to help Nepal. Themselves, and the they can do it. But what they need is the collaboration, the communication, and to energize, just to use them to build. Is that the red flag for me, by the way? Just to make sure. Oh, thank you so much. So I don't want to take more time. Once again, thank you.
So now we'll finish with how again moving forward. And this is for our class speaker. He's a hospital at Cornwall Health William Newman University Hospital in Michigan. 2 years ago, when crisis emerged affecting inequalities in the US, we have discovered earlier that UCF forming what is now American Nepal Medical Association, ANMF. You saw the urgent need for an organization that would specifically advocate the rights and needs of Nepali origin patients and and health professionals working in the US in organization for, by, and of Nepali medical professionals. Your leadership in ANMF has centered in policy, advocacy, right-based organizing, and meaningful collaboration. You have also brought your perspective to Nepal's health context as an invited speaker and your deep understanding of institutional barriers, both in the US and Nepal, makes your voice especially critical in today's conversation. Your work brings practice, policy, and transnational collaboration. Question for you. What are the most effective ways the diaspora can contribute to strengthening healthcare in Nepal? What models or strategies can enhance this support? And finally, based on your experience, how can Nepali policies be better set to support meaningful and sustained diaspora engagement?
Thank you, Adam. That is so kind. First thing first, when the gratitude is due to American Nepal Medical Foundation leadership and to the organizing committee for organizing such a wonderful feat. It's not easy. I can see you guys working hours and hours, days after days to make this a success, and you have done it. And you have done this year after year. And thank you very much for that. We don't have much time, so I'm going to make it very brief. But first thing, when you see so many organizations here in the US working in Nepal, one thing that comes to mind is even though these organizations work in their own separate space, even though they look like these are separate entities who are working on their own, in their own chosen field in Nepal, they tend to become all of our shared responsibility. And here's why I say that. Anybody in Nepal, when they look at any of us, when we go to Nepal and do something there, or say something there, reflects upon everybody who lives here. So when you go to Nepal, our representation there is perceived as the Nepali doctors in the US came and did this stuff, the Nepali nurses in the US came and did this stuff, or the Nepali health professionals in Nepal came and did this stuff. Or not even that. All the Nepalese, the non-resident Nepalese who live in America or anywhere else in the world came back and did this. And so no matter who is working there, no matter who is putting all that hard work, we do get all that credit, and that is shared to all of us. Not only credit, if there is any criticism, that gets shared too. कहिलेकाहीँ मलाई नेपालको साथीहरूले तिमीहरू हुटिट्याउ जस्तो भयो भन्नुहुन्छ। हुटिट्याउ भने के भने बगरमा खुट्टा उठाएर सुतेको हुन्छ अरे हुटिट्याउ आकाश झऱ्यो भने मैले खान्छु भनेर है। अनि हामीले पनि अघि बिन्दागरी ह्युमिलिटीको कुरामा हामीले पनि आकाश तान्नु लागेको होइन। मलाई लाग्छ एउटा बेग्लै परिवेश, एउटा बेग्लै कल्चर, एउटा बेग्लै जियोग्राफिकल स्पेसमा जन्मिएर त्योभन्दा भिन्न स्पेसमा, भिन्न कल्चरमा, भिन्न परिवेशमा आफ्नो जीवनको रोमिनेन्ट करियर बिताउने हामी जस्ता मान्छेहरूका लागि कहिलेकाहीँ हाम्रो अस्तित्व प्रोटोनको वरिपरि घुमेको इलेक्ट्रोनको जस्तो प्रोबेबिलिस्टिक अनसर्टेनिटी हुन्छ कि जस्तो लाग्छ मलाई। You look at them and then you see them here, you look at them there, and you see them there. And when you don't look at them at all, then there's this kind of a hodgepodge of existence. You don't know where you are. Right? कसैमा थोरै मात्रामा धेरै मात्रामा होला, कसैलाई सर्टेनिटी अलिक बढी भएको होला, तर there's always level of confusion. र मलाई लाग्छ हामीले नेपालमा जे गरिरहेका छौँ वा जे गर्ने कुराहरूको लागि मोटिभेट भइराखेको छौँ, त्यो कुराहरू चाहिँ हामीले आकाश तान्न खोजेको होइन कि हाम्रो नोस्टाल्जियाको एक्सप्रेसन होला जस्तो लाग्छ। तर जुनसुकै मोटिभेसनका कारणले हामीले त्यो गरेको थियौँ जबसम्म त्यो कुराहरूको सोसियल युटिलिटी कायम रहन्छ तबसम्म हामीले जे मोटिभेसनबाट गरे पनि त्यसको केही न केही कन्ट्रिब्युसन केही न केही बेनिफिट हुन्छ जस्तो लाग्छ। त्यो भएर म के भन्न चाहन्छु भने जसले गरेको भए पनि यो हामी सबैले कन्ट्रिब्युट गर्नको लागि एउटा सेयर रेस्पोन्सिबिलिटी गऱ्यौँ भने वी क्यान गेट सम। मलाई खास क्वेसन चाहिँ हाउ भनेर सोधेको थिएँ, म त्यहाँ प्रवेश पनि गर्न पाएको छुइनँ है। म जस्तै मिनट डिसेम्बरमा प्रकाशको युएसमा नेपालमा एउटा डायस्पोराको हेल्थ कन्क्लेभ भएको थियो। फर्चुनेटली म प्रकाश भूपेश विष्णु हामी त्यहाँ पुग्न पायौँ अनि थुप्रै साथीहरूले यहाँबाट पार्टिसिपेट गर्नुभयो, यहाँबाट स्पिकर्सहरू पनि पार्टिसिपेट गर्नुभएको थियो। अनि त्यो बेलामा हामीले मन्त्रालयमा एउटा डेस्क राख्ने जो डेस्क कोअर्डिनेट गरोस् एक्टिभिटिजहरू भन्ने कुरा भएको त्यहाँका साथ अनि नेपालको ब्युरोक्रेसीको आफ्नो एउटा एफिसियन्सीको र इनिसिएसनको लिमिटेसन छ, त्यो हामी सबैले थाहा भएको राख्दै हामीले धेरै कुरा गर्न परेन। त्यो भएर हामीले हामी त्यहाँ पुगेको मौका पारेर एउटा नेपालको हेल्थ केयर प्रोफेसनको लिडर्सहरूलाई राखेर एउटा एडभाइजरी कमिटी बनाएको छ। त्यो एडभाइजरी कमिटीमा फर्चुनेटली हाम्रो नेपाल मेडिकल एसोसिएसनको प्रेसिडेन्ट डाक्टर अनिल कार्की पनि हुनुहुन्छ, नेपाल हेल्थ एजुकेसन काउन्सिलको चिफ एक्जिक्युटिभ, नेपाल मेडिकल काउन्सिलको चिफ एक्जिक्युटिभ, रिसर्च काउन्सिलको चिफ एक्जिक्युटिभ र हेल्थ मिनिस्ट्रीको सेक्रेटरी बसेर एउटा एडभाइजरी काउन्सिल बनाएको छ। फर्चुनेटली म प्रकाश विष्णु र भूपेश त्यो बेला नेपालमा भएको कारणले गर्दाखेरि हामीले यहाँको हाम्रो यहाँबाट मात्र होइन एक्चुअली वर्ल्ड वाइड नेपालमा गएर काम गर्ने अर्गनाइजेसन्सहरूलाई कोअर्डिनेट गरेर उनीहरूको सबैको हिस्टोरी प्रेजेन्टेसन गरेर एडभाइजरी काउन्सिलमा लग्ने जिम्मा हामीले लिएको छौँ अहिले है। र म त्यो कुरा सबै साथीहरूलाई के भन्न चाहन्छु भने हामी अमेरिकन नेपाल मेडिकल एसोसिएसनलाई चाहिँ काम गरिरहन्छ गभर्मेन्टसँग विभिन्न कुराहरूमा त्यो कन्ट्याक्ट हामीले युज गर्ने भयौँ। तर यहाँबाट नेपालमा हामीले विशेष प्रोग्रामहरू चलाइरहनु भएको साथीहरूलाई पनि त्यो लेभलको एक्जिक्युटिभ डिसिजन मेकिङ बडीबाट कुनै किसिमको फेसिलिटेसन गर्नुपर्ने सिचुएसन आयो वा त्यो हुँदाखेरि केही प्रब्लमहरू भयो सल्भ गर्न सक्ने अवस्था आयो भने चाहिँ लेट्स गेट टुगेदर एन्ड वी क्यान कम अप विथ सम काइन्ड अफ सिस्टम वी आर लिभिङ टुगेदर मेबी ट्वाइस अ इयर हामी आफू बसेर छलफल गरेर एजेन्डा तयार गरौँ ताकि त्यो कमिटी एडभाइजरी कमिटीलाई हामीले एक्टिभ राख्नु हुन सक्छौँ। किन हामीले आफ्नो एजेन्डा लिएर गयौँ भने त्यो एडभाइजरी कमिटीलाई एक्टिभ राखिरहन सक्छौँ। You are trying to form that alliance so that we can work together, come up with the agenda, first that year by pushing the body activate by us. Mom, sorry for the delay. Thank you.
Thank you, Rajesh. That was a really good overview and idea about how we need to form a sort of a health alliance here to coordinate our teams. We have 2 more questions, but I think because of the interest of time, we may have to wrap it up. And I'd like to just summarize some of the themes that came up. And just that it sticks well, I think the 3 themes were 3 C's. 1 is coordination, 2nd is collaboration, and 3rd is capacity building. So coordination, I think the organizations that we have here, and as Rajesh pointed out, creating some sort of maybe something like Health Alliance in Nepal, a hand, just to give an idea, where maybe American Nepal Medical Association can actually get all the leaders from the organization to meet maybe quarterly or even twice a year to determine agenda and what, so that there's no duplication of effort and we multipliers and share our resources. So that's one idea, coordination here. And then the other one is collaboration. We cannot be just staying in ivory tower here and determining what Nepal needs. everything that we do has to be coordinated with the Nepali people as well, and it has to be aligned. What we're so, our heart is in Nepal, and we're so eager to do things there, but we have to ensure that what we want to offer is what is actually needed in Nepal, right? That has to align. And so collaboration with Nepali organizations is really important. And the fact that there's already an executive body which consists of members from ANMF, ANMA, and leadership in Nepal, NMA, NMC, and even Ministry of Health and Population is I think it's a really good start. I believe the health conclave in December had a 10-point agenda, and we would, we can meet quarterly and we will determine how we can take that further with some actionable goals. And the third thing is, I think what we can immediately taking so this was the other thing that came, is capacity building in Nepal, because the infrastructure in Nepal needs to be improved, and that's where they lack support. And we should really focus on empowering the people who are already there, not pushing our own agenda. So I think these three actually came out, and I think with that we'll solve the problem of how to improve healthcare in Nepal. Alright? But thank you so much to the wonderful panelists, and thank you for your insights. It's been an honor to be able to represent. We also have certificate participation for all of our team. Thank you.
Thank you, Didi. Now, there are a few announcements to make. One, for the afternoon session, we will have speaking session on in the other room. In the continental room, we will have scientific session in this room. Poster sessions are in the hall. Beverly room. So poster session in the Beverly room. And kids' lunches are in the Dallas room.
Good afternoon. A few announcements, right? The lunch is already ready in front of us. Then we will have kids are expected to eat separately. They have a separate lunch buffet going in Dallas room. Then after the case lunch is over, we'll have poster session in the same room in Dallas. Of course. Then we will have youth forum in the other room, which is called Beverly room. Then after when we are having lunch, enjoy your time, and then we will also have a group photo here. And then one other simple announcement. I think this comes with a pain. But just as an expectation that everybody should be registered, because it's a registered event. We are finding some difficulties that we are not able to find your registration, but
Everyone, please join us. This will be our official picture for the whole year that goes in our website, in our social media, in our media partners everywhere. So please join us.
Cheers. If you guys go back and bring that chair front, So few people can sit in that chair. You want to do that? There are lots of people, so we can you guys can bring down. That way we can bring everyone easily. There you go. पछाडि जानुभयो भने हुन्छ है पछाडि उभिँदै जानुभयो भने हुन्छ यु नगर्नु स्ट्रेट गर्नु ल सकेसम्म यु टाइपले नगर्नु अलिकति सिधा बस्दा यु नगर्नु सिधा बस्नु राम्रो आउँछ पछि पिक्चर सबैलाई क्लियर आउँछ In the side, if you guys can move maybe up over that side, you know, if you go that way more, then I don't think I can bring it, or that side. Actually, if you guys want to join, everyone can join over here, that'd be amazing. Because I know that they're going to use this picture for everywhere they're around. If you want to see yourself in the magazine or somewhere, you know, like best places, come and join over here. Alright, if you guys are going to do like this, how you guys doing right now, then it's going to be hard to see in the camera, you know. But if you guys want to sit there, like we can easily bring everyone nice and clear. Try not to do the U, yeah. Yeah, sit in the front, that'd be nice, yeah. Perfect. Yeah, please don't do the U like that, you know. If you guys can go back and more. Yeah, thank you. Are we missing anyone? Well, I think it's bigger camera. I don't know. Alright, maybe I can do like this. Alright, ready? 1, 2, and 3.
Board of Directors, please stay behind because we have to take a picture of Board of Directors. Board of Directors, please come. Dear Board of Directors, please come to the stage for photograph. Board of Directors, please come to take board pictures.
Jivan Lamichane. Dinesh. Jivan Lamichane, run. Please enjoy the lunch. After this, we will have scientific session in this room, and then the other rooms are for poster session and CM session. Thank you.
Thank you everybody for your patience. Again, I'm going to repeat the same announcement that has been earlier. Lunch is behind. Please lunch in the other room. And please make sure that everybody is registered, because as we are doing this event, it is registered only event. Everybody is expected to have a registration ID, and if you don't have an ID, our volunteer team on the registration desk will help you. And then, as announced earlier, we will have a breakout session. Scientific section in this room. Continental room will host CME. We'll have a youth forum in Beverly Room, as well as the poster session in Dallas. Thank you.
अनि यतिको ठिक हुन्छ झन् हेर्नु यो राम्रो छ क्या उता एङ्गल होला यो ठिक छ म खाना लिएर आउँछु